Hi, I'm Tom the Bird Nerd here at 4MAR, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about migratory birds. So migratory birds are birds that spend part of the year in one place and they move to another place for a part of the year. And so what happens here is that birds go to the south for the winter, but in the springtime they start moving north to areas in Michigan and points north where they breed. But Saturday, May 8th, is Migratory Bird Day. It's a worldwide recognition about how important migration is to birds. And so we're celebrating Migratory Bird Day this weekend coming up. And what happens here in North America is that there's 4 flyways that birds follow. So along the Atlantic Ocean coastline, along the Pacific coastline, along the Rocky Mountains, but right here in the heart of America, we got the Mississippi River, and there's a flyway called the Mississippi River Flyway, where birds move north along the Mississippi, and some of them branch off along the Ohio, and they keep coming through the Great Lakes region, and they get into Michigan, some to stay and some to keep moving north. At 4MAR, people get excited. They come in and they say the first robin of the year. Well, and that's pretty cool. But you know, the first birds to come into Michigan really at the end of February or the first week of March are red-winged blackbirds. That's the true sign that spring is coming. And then you know that we're not going to have much more snow when the turkey vultures arrive, because they arrive when the snow is melting and it uncovers all of the carrion. That's the animals that died in the winter that the turkey vultures eat on. And so turkey vultures are a great sign that spring is coming and a continued bird migration. By the end of March, you've got ducks coming in. In April, shorebirds and songbirds coming through Michigan. But it's May where it really gets hopping and exciting when the flowers come out. Remember, April showers bring May flowers, and what do May flowers bring? Not pilgrims, hummingbirds. Yes, that's right. The hummingbirds don't arrive until the flowers are out. And then warblers too. And warblers are coming right about now in large numbers because it's near Mother's Day. And so as they're moving through the Great Lakes region, one of the things that we can do is make sure that birds have habitat that can provide food, and water is good too. I'm not saying necessarily that you have to put out bird feeders, but if your property has plants on it that produce food for birds, that's a wonderful thing. You know, think about the flowers and the hummingbirds that are so cool to see, kinds of things. Berries on bushes and other kinds of plants in your yard, great things to have. And I know people like to tear down old nasty looking trees, but old trees are great places for birds to have habitat for nesting in cavities. And so I look at the old nasty almost dead trees as beautiful places for birds to be able to spend some time. So right now is a great time to go out and go birding and see warblers and songbirds and shorebirds. Go to places like Fish Point at the tip of the thumb, Nyaquin Point, which is north of Bay City on Saginaw Bay. Beautiful spot to go tromping around the swamps. I guess you have to go into swamps to do that, but I do. It's really cool. You should try it. And if you keep going a little farther north, you get to Tawas. Tawas has a beautiful state park with a lighthouse that's really cool to go to the top of. But there's this point, it goes out a mile out into Saginaw Bay. And so for a lot of birds, that's the first point of land they see as they come flying across Saginaw Bay. And they'll stop and rest at Tawas Point State Park. So you want to see lots of good birds flying through Michigan for World Migratory Bird Day? Go to Tawas Point. That's where I'm going to be this week. Hope to see you there. Happy birding.
Getaway right away at Genesee County Parks. For more, visit GeneseeCountyParks.org.